for Texas.
With the 19th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Vander esch, linebacker, Boise State.
Oh, man, it was like waiting all night for that banner, wasn't it? Yeah, a long time. Dallas Cowboys got that brand new teammate now to help boost their defense. Thanks for being with us. I'm Doug Dunbar.
And I'm Kaylee O'Kelly. We do have live team coverage of the first round of the NFL Draft and what tonight's pick means for the Cowboys. Our Keith Russell live at AT&T Stadium, site of the draft. But we begin with Bill Jones at Cowboys headquarters in Frisco.
Yes, this is where the decision was made by Jerry Jones and the Cowboys brain trust. It is Leighton who? Leighton Vander Esch, a 6'4", 256-pound linebacker from Boise State University, who is the Cowboys' first-round pick, number 19 overall, former walk-on at Boise State, just started 1 year, played 8-man football in high school in Idaho, had a graduating class of just 11 people. Leighton Vander Esch is the newest Dallas Cowboys selected in the first round tonight.
It's been a long process, but it's paid off every single day with the tremendous amount of hard work and the people around me, the support system in Riggins back home where I grew up. I'm just so pumped right now. Let's go.
The Cowboys love Leighton Vander Esch, obviously. What do Cowboys fans think about this pick? Let's check in over at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where Keith Russell is standing by live. Keith?
Bill, I can tell you, here at AT&T Stadium, the jury is still out. We take you outside AT&T Stadium, then we bring it back inside to show you the fan reaction to Leighton Vander Esch, the newest Dallas Cowboy at pick number 19, the kid from Riggins, Idaho, who comes from a graduating high school class of 11 students. He got beat by his sisters in basketball growing up, but he's a Dallas Cowboy now, and he'll line up next to Sean Lee. Now, earlier tonight, we were on the red carpet, and we said there was an omen, a sign of things to come when we caught up with Mr. Vander Esch.
Absolutely, more than ready. I think that'd be really neat, be special with how everything's went.
Is this an omen? Look over your right shoulder. Is your mom wearing blue?
Yep.
Is this an omen? Is this an omen? Mom's wearing blue.
Yep, yeah, we had to put her in blue. 10 seconds.
Doug and Kaylee, so your newest Cowboy is Leighton Vander Esch. A fan said, hey, we just got Vander Bosch. I said, Vander Esch. He said, Vander whatever. You're one of us now. That kind of sums up the feeling. The Cowboys fans don't know him, but they will soon.
We're going to see some T-shirts out there for sure with hashtags, right? Thank you so much, Keith Russell. When the Cowboys selected Leighton Vander Esch tonight, downtown Dallas lit up. And we found some fearless fans out there ready to share their thoughts.
We got Marianne Martinez continuing our team coverage live from over at AT&T Stadium as well. Marianne?
Well, Doug, they say everything is bigger in Texas, and so is the NFL Draft as it comes to the home of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, some 40,000 fans are predicted to be here over the next 3 weeks, many of them Dallas Cowboy fans. And look at their reaction to learning that linebacker Leighton Vander Esch had been drafted.
All right, we were hoping that they would take Ridley, the receiver, to replace Dez. But we need a defense too. We need a linebacker, so we're happy with that.
Yeah, we need a linebacker, but we also need a wide receiver. They shouldn't have let Dez Bryant go.
And we need a wide receiver. That's what we need. I love the pick. We need a defense. I know they want to make a splash at wide receiver. Phenomenally responsible pick to get a linebacker.
Really, Jerry? Horrible. Really, Jerry? Yeah, we need some better ones. Really, Jerry? Come on, man, Jerry. Really? Really, Jerry? You let us down. Look at the fans. We leaving with sad faces here tonight. Really, Jerry?
Now, overwhelmingly, it was that kind of reaction you heard towards the end. A lot of fans started to leave almost immediately after the announcement was made. So probably still a little bit of a learning period where these fans are going to have to become familiar with this newest Cowboy. Reporting live, Marianne Martinez, CBS 11 News.
Leighton Vander Esch in studio today at NFL Network, joining us now on Up to the Minute. Leighton, a year ago, man, you hadn't started a game. Right, 1 year as a starter, and then bam, here you are. Did you think that you would be sitting here doing this, going through this process as a would-be first rounder?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, it's all happened really fast, and I mean, I got to soak it all in. It's been quite the journey,
And I mean, I'm super thankful for every single bit of it, and super blessed, and it's been quite the road so far.
I mean, it's an amazing story, as Daniel Jeremiah just said here. You come from a small town, Riggins, Idaho. We're talking like 450 people maybe, but you were this ridiculous athlete. Can we show the video of you playing basketball as a sophomore? You won state titles in 8-man football and in basketball. People knew that you were this amazing athlete, but yet you were a preferred walk-on. How did that happen?
I guess it was just from where I was from, hidden there in the canyon in Riggins, Idaho. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and it's just hard getting recognized out of there is what I would say. I mean, two of my older sisters went up north to a bigger town, Grangeville, Idaho, and they played basketball and volleyball and ran track up there. But kind of my oldest sister, Shannon, she kind of dealt with the same thing I did, getting recruited out of Riggins, because she was the only other one that graduated out there that I did, other than me. So yeah, I mean, it's hard getting recognized out of the canyon there, and I mean, my way to Boise, I just showed up at my high school one day, and I got called to the office and stepped out in the high school, or stepped out in the hallway, and he was standing down there by the office and all of his Boise State stuff, and I was like, this can't be happening. I've always wanted to play there, and so I go and talk to him for a little bit, and it was really short and quick. And he had a brochure. He was just like, we don't know very much about you, but everybody's talking about you down in the valley, and they're saying that we should be interested. So he invited me to their summer camp, and I mean, I showed up that summer going into my senior year of high school, and went to their camp and worked out for them, and got offered a preferred walk-on spot after my senior year of high school football. And the rest is history. So I mentioned 450 people. For those who don't know, Riggins, Idaho is in between 3 national forests. You're right on a river. The only other famous person from Riggins, Idaho is comedian Dan Cummins. I had never heard of him. Have you? The name sounds a little familiar, but
there you go. You're the most famous person right now from Riggins, Idaho. Somebody told me your graduating class, Leighton, was how big?
11.
11.
Yep.
That's kind of awesome. All right, let's show the bus, because the bus is amazing. Your dad, Darwin, has this bus, and he drives this to Boise games. It's like 150 miles away, but he also took it to Vegas, which I imagine was an amazing road trip. Is he going to take this to your NFL team?
I have personally not asked him that.
Do you want him to?
I'm sure it'll make some trips out. I'm not going to. I think it would be neat. He might transform it a little bit, make half of it. He might keep half of it Boise and make half of it the team wherever I go to. We haven't really had that talk yet. That's his decision. But yeah, it's pretty neat.
You seem mildly embarrassed by the bus.
I'm not. I just think it's a little wild, and I mean, it's cool to have the support system for my family and my dad the way he is. I mean, it's awesome having everybody get on the bus and come to the games. It makes for a good atmosphere for everybody to get together and travel together.
Party bus. We mapped it. I said 150 to Boise. It's 2,778 miles to Foxborough. I mean, Patriots at 31 makes sense. Would Dad drive the bus to Foxborough?
I'm sure it'll make a couple trips. I'm sure it'll make a couple trips wherever I go. So,
Leighton, where do you think you're going?
I do not know. I mean, everybody's talking about Pittsburgh right now. I feel like I could land anywhere that anybody wants me. I mean, anybody could pick me at this point.
Well, T.J. Watt, they picked him last year. He worked out well. No doubt you would work out well there if it was the Steelers or anywhere else for that matter. Leighton Vander Esch from Boise would be first-round pick as we see you here at the Combine working out. Thanks for joining us today on Up to the Minute.
Thank you. My phone said Dallas, Texas, no caller ID, so I was like, this can't be happening right now, and picked up the phone and started talking to everybody, and Jerry kind of pulled my leg a little bit with everything trying to mess with me, and I think he said it was the Green Bay Packers at first, but and at that point I was a little confused, but he said no, it's Jerry Jones, so I was like, at that point everything was good, and I was just ready to roll, and I just got the biggest smile on my face from ear to ear, and I was just so happy that they gave me the chance to be part of the program.
You talked about Marinelli, how excited you are to play from him and how much you can learn. What's the funniest or most surprising thing he said to you in this process?
I don't know if there's Probably the most surprising was how he compared me to Urlacher. Deep in my heart, I knew I was always a good player and had a lot of potential. But for him to compare me to him and say I could be that one day, that sunk deep in my heart. And knowing that, okay, these guys get me this, they're going to have high expectations for me, and I got to live up to them, and I'm going to do everything I possibly can to do that.
I've seen people call you a Sean Lee starter kit. What does that mean to you, and what do you want to learn from him first?
I mean, he's made some big shoes in Dallas here. He's a great player. He's super smart. He's had a lot of success in just the way he functions and how he plays on the field, and knowing that that's what I could develop into and play like and play even better. I want to do that, and I want to do more. I want to live up to everybody's expectations, and I want to be the best player I can possibly be in this whole entire league.
You talked about fitting into the puzzle being that last piece. How do you see the puzzle as it stands, and what specifically will you add?
I mean, I'm going to add a lot of athleticism and versatility to the defense. They're going to be able to play me wherever they want, and I mean, the sky's the limit now. Pretty much that puzzle, it's the sky's the limit now, and I'm just ready to go and fill my role and be successful as a whole unit, as a defense, and help the offense.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Leighton.
Thank you.